my buddy Chris has a tattoo gun, and it's his 30th birthday coming up, and we're gonna hold him down and tattoo him.
There you go. What are you gonna tattoo to him?
A sailor on his butt, the zigzag man, so he's got semen on his ass.
Oh my fucking god.
This guy was really good at video games and probably could have ended up getting paid. He was always just lucky though. This guy would walk into a room in Call of Duty, everybody's looking the other way.
Said I kicked a fucking hole in a wall and took a piss in that shit because somebody was in the bathroom. They're like, I guess I was waiting for the bathroom and I didn't want to wait any longer. So I turned around, kicked a hole in the wall, made my own bathroom. Look at this thing.
The size of a horse?
It's time you learn the truth about geese.
My dog doesn't do any dog stuff. He hates walks. He can't bark.
He can't bark?
No, he's a pug. He just screams. Ah, like a goat. Those yelling goats.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Professor Parks, and today I'm going to be hanging out with my friend TJ. I played baseball with him. We went to the same high school, kind of grew up together, and we kind of experienced the same bullshit growing up. So we kind of wanted to get together and talk. There's going to be sort of like a Rekt side of Parked and Rekt, Parked being the paraplegic side and like the wheelchairs and disabilities and whatnot, and then the Rekt side being the Rekt, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, what's going on, buddy?
How's it going, Pete?
Good, man, good. What are you up to tonight?
I'm just hanging out, getting wrecked.
Getting wrecked. That's so funny. Yeah. Who are you with right now? A couple buddies? Yeah,
I got a couple buddies here.
Oh, wait, enjoy it myself. Fuck it. Technically the first episode of Parked and Rekt with the Rekt side of it all, right? We're taking things to a different thing here.
I'm proud to be here.
There you go. I'm proud to be here. Proud to represent the Rekt side. That's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah. Where are you in Ontario? I remember that you were out in Edmonton for a little while, right?
Yeah, no, I am in Brantford. I bought a house. I grew up in Burlington, and then I went out west for a bit and did my thing, but bought a house in Brantford.
So how was Edmonton? What did you do out there?
Edmonton is Hamilton, but in Alberta.
No shit.
Yeah,
so it's like the slums, so it's kind of like...
Yeah, it's not the slums, but like I lived in the West End, not far from Stony Plain Road. Stony Plain Road is Barton. Like, there's some working ladies. There's a bunch of those little bodegas. There's, places that you shouldn't buy a car.
Really, eh?
Oh, yeah.
I never thought of it like that. I thought of it just to be like, just oil rigs and just working men all day long. Everybody's just sleeping and working,
Those guys are all working.
Right.
They're all up north working normally. So my brother actually owns a shop out there. We would mechanic shop. So we worked on a lot of crazy pickup trucks and things like that are owned by 22-year-old guys. But they're at work most of the time, man. Or a lot of guys when they come off the rigs or they get time off, they travel. I mucked for a little bit. The same thing. You work for a hitch, and then you can fly to Cuba or fly home. You know what I mean?
Right. What do they get? They give you like 2 months off or something like that, or not even 2 months, sorry, 2 weeks off or something like that?
It's different company, but you'd work your hitch, so 14 days, 21 days, and then usually you get a week or 10 days off.
Right.
But then there's spring breakup, and during the spring or usually March, they can't physically move the rigs around because the roads thaw. So then you get laid off or whatever. But a lot of guys go down south. They work in Texas.
No kidding, eh?
Yeah.
I just go to, I remember a couple of guys would just come home. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here, dude? Like, what are you doing back in Ontario and stuff? Dude, go somewhere nice.
I don't know if we can drop names, but a couple, we're talking
about last names, but we'll drop a couple first.
So, Cam or Tom, a lot of the guys that I grew up with.
Okay, maybe.
The old East End guys, a lot of those guys went to West, and they're doing great. They're doing amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But
I know that some of the camps out there are dry too, right? So it's like sometimes you can't even get into the liquor or really have too much fun anyways.
Most of them are dry. And,
right.
And like, depending on who you work for or you're subcontracted through, they do the drug tests and stuff. But
okay, wow.
If somebody gets hurt, they're tested.
That makes sense.
Right?
Yeah, like what happened, why kind of thing.
They test. But a lot of the companies, so if you might not work for the rig, you might be a welder that works for the pipe. And if the rig's getting tested, your boss that for your company will let you know, and the job finishes early or something.
Right.
And a lot of times too, the higher ups will let you know what's going to happen, because if you're a good guy, you just smoke pot or whatever, You know what I mean? And they got to get rid of you. They might get somebody green up here. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, without the experience, so they kind of, yeah.
You want to hear a funny story about the drug test?
What?
So it wasn't when I was out there, but I believe it because I heard the story when I was out there. So some companies will swab your mouth now instead of take piss because they don't really care what you did before while you were at home. They want to know what you did yesterday or last night. So they'll swab your mouth, similar to like what the cops are doing for dope and shit now. And
now for the DUIs or whatever, yeah.
So anyways, they played a trick on this guy. So what they were saying is, okay, well, they're going to swab. The guy goes, I'm fucked. Like I smoke weed. Like what am I going to do? And they go, well, listen, the only way to pass the swab is you have to gargle clean piss.
No.
Yeah. So, but the only people with clean piss are the truckers. Or like the cook, and these people are like.
I don't know a single trucker that's clean, but.
Okay, but if you're working out there, a lot of those guys that are driving the rigs, they have to be clean. Like those guys.
Okay, yeah, I know, I do. Yeah.
You're right. If you're talking physically clean, that's not the case. These guys are dirty and they smell, but they just smoke 3 packs of darts.
Yeah.
So, anyways, this guy ended up buying clean piss from a trucker, buying it, gargling it, getting swabbed, and not losing his job.
No, I thought this is gonna be like one of those tricks you do that somebody like a newbie.
Oh yeah, well the guy. What am I gonna do? Listen, you gotta gargle the piss.
I no way would believe that.
No, absolutely. I would fire me.
Fire me, 100%.
If I'm gargling piss, it's my own piss.
Fucking fire! Yeah. Fuck that. Fire me.
I'm not buying it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm not buying off a trucker. Yeah. I don't know.
How do you even bring that up? Hey man, especially if that guy's not in on the joke. Hey, man, can I buy some piss?
I'm sure they've seen some shit. Yeah. Were you riding your motorcycle out there? Did you end up finishing your motorcycle class and all and doing all that shit?
Yeah. I actually just got rid of the bikes. This year I sold my last bike.
Okay.
But when I had my daughter, not this year. Yeah, it would have been this year. But once I had my kid, my baby moms and I were in a bike accident Friday the 13th. 2018, I guess.
No way.
And on our way to Dover, and we got lucky.
Oh, you're going up to Dover during the bike event?
We were on Spruce in Burlington there, and a lady turned in front of me. Anyways, we got lucky, wrote the bike off, but we both lucky we landed on the lawn.
Wow.
Anyways, her dad made a comment to me actually that said he was talking about consolidation of risk, and we were going to have a baby. So he's like, it's too much risk consolidated into one point. Some idiot, some kid, some old lady, some bus driver could literally wipe both of your daughter's parents out in one action.
Yeah.
Not to say don't ride in a car together, but there's airbags and seatbelts and shit. So I got rid of the bikes and I bought the Mustang.
Yeah, there you go. No more fucking Jeep or whatever.
Oh, Jeep! You know what, man? I miss that every day. That's the only vehicle I've ever owned that I get more comments on than the Mustang does.
Yeah. I have 2 buddies that got into Jeeps all of a sudden. I don't know why. They're just like, fuck it, I'm getting a Jeep.
It's great, but it's so astronomically expensive. Very, very stressful.
Really,
my Jeep was sponsored. I would shout out the company, but the one loser ended up taking my old girlfriend, but that's his problem, not mine. But so I got my truck sponsored because I used to go to the car shows and all that stuff. So
yeah, very cool.
Material. So like mine was built. I had axles, 456 gears. It was done. But I paid $60,000 for this Jeep, put a significant amount of money in it, and then took it out on the weekends and tried to break it.
Yeah. All this money I just put in it, I'm going off.
I had a sticker that said, "You have to drive this home."
Yeah. I have a sticker on the side of my car that says, it fucking says, slows down on uneven pavement or some shit like that, like just because it's a lowered car.
Yeah, no fat chicks. I want springs.
That'd be a good one. Gas, grass, or ass.
Yeah, or Bitcoin.
Right. Yeah, last time I saw that Jeep was we were playing ball together.
Yeah, at Nelson there.
Yeah,
Nelson. That's the most fun I've ever had in a vehicle. There's nothing that feels as crazy as going over a ledge in a big truck. Like I rolled it over the one day. It's like it's a crazy, but it's a Jeep. You roll it back over and drive it. Like, it's insane.
They're built for that kit.
Yeah, there's some dudes with some crazy builds. We would go up to Ardbeg And then, and then you could be one of those mud guys and go in the mud.
Right, the mudders, yeah.
Cleaning it. But no, it's a lot of fun. But it's super expensive. And then I had to drive this thing on the QEW, 456 gears, 6-speed. It was stupid.
Yeah. The tires just they hum. The bigger the tire, the bigger the hum, man.
And the thing was terrible in snow. They get topped out at 110 kilometers an hour. It was 18 liters per 100K in fuel, but it was 6 miles per gallon, right? It was a lot of fun.
I didn't know that they topped out at 110. I thought they went a little faster than that.
Mine did because of the tires and the gears.
Right.
Not 110, but it was like you couldn't speed in it, dude. It's shaking.
Yeah. I remember being in some bigger ones and just being like, what the fuck is that sound? Like the humming was big. It was more intense than my bass in my car.
So that's why Jeeps have the big tires and the loud tires, is because it covers up the noise of the broken shit.
Right. There you go. Perfect.
Right? It's like when you turn the radio down looking for an address, you hear a new noise in your car, you just
turn it back up a little bit. Fuck this, man. I got this check engine like that keeps coming on, and I get worried, and I swear to God, it just turns off for another day and a half, and I'm like, okay.
I was always told if it's a rub or like a whine or a noise like that, eventually it'll fix itself.
Shut the fuck up.
It's the thumps and bangs you got to worry about.
That's fucking hilarious, man. So when was the last time you played baseball then? I haven't played baseball, obviously, since this all happened to me.
The last time we were allowed, my last game would have been the year-end tournament in Rosedale. 2019, maybe?
Yeah.
I think Trev's team won that one.
Oh, the tournament?
Yeah.
So he's actually not, so he actually built his own team in the Rosedale tournament then?
No, he played with the kids, we call them. The blue team. They're a bunch of younger. I played with the Pirates.
Okay.
I played with Joe Beamish.
Yeah.
Kenny Arnold.
Yeah.
Mike McEwen, old Mike.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't think that Trevor was going to stick in that league that we were in for very long. I figured he was going to go.
Way over. Like, that league wasn't for me or you either. Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm not a great ball player, but I'm a better ball player than those Mexicans.
Yeah. The Pirates?
I was talking about the team. Like, yeah.
Yeah. That's too funny. Yeah, I miss baseball every single day, man. Every day. I want to go to like a batting range or something like that. See what I can do. But the thing is like the back of this is so fucking high.
I'll stand there and hold you up, buddy.
That's so fucking funny. Like that's what I find that I have the advantage is my core isn't messed up. Like I know a lot of paraplegics have their core all messed up, but like my core is good, so I could like sit up maybe and maybe take a swing or some shit. I don't know. I miss this.
I don't see why you couldn't.
Yeah.
I've played in some tournaments where I've had in the later afternoon games I've had too many. I'm no more mobile than you would be.
Right. Little double header action, yeah.
I'm in the sun too long.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Fuck me, man. So what are you doing now for work? Are you just doing EI or?
No. So I was working as an operations guy in logistics for a big company. I was there 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
They got rid of me in October.
Because of COVID?
No. To be honest, man, I feel it was a lot to do with company politics, but it was almost set up for failure. The company had changed a lot. And I really kind of topped out there. Somebody would have to retire or win the lottery.
So no more room for growth then.
Yeah, I was making almost 6 figures, but it was good, and I learned a lot. I was in freight logistics, a blue collar guy with a white collar gig, but yeah, it didn't work out. So yeah. I do have a job. I'm a business development manager for Freight Solutions Company. Holler if anybody's got to move anything, I'll get that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's a good gig, and it's more of a lateral move, and there's no ceiling, right?
Okay, that's nice, and that's the thing. Like having room to grow is like the biggest thing. When I was in my last job, like there was so much room to grow, and I was so excited to be able to just get up.
It's a small company that that's in a big industry, so there's a lot of like organic growth potential and things like that.
Yeah,
and because I was in logistics for so long, literally I was the guy on the other side of the desk. These guys used to come in and I was their customer, so I know a lot of guys, their problems, and what they're paying.
Yeah,
but no, it's I don't know, it pays the bills.
Yeah. What's the worst job you ever had?
Worst job I ever had would have been working for my brother. I was working out when I was out west, not because it was a bad job, but because I was working for my brother. I was working as a mechanic.
Yeah.
I love cars. I worked on cars for a long time. I love working on them still, but a lot less than I did before I did it for a living. But when you're working for family, you can't have a BS sick day. Like if somebody calls in, you got to go cover.
Right.
It's like, you know, it's different. Working for family isn't great.
Yeah, I didn't like working. That was the thing. When I worked with my dad, I was doing like concrete pouring, and it was the worst. Like he'd just break into my house if I didn't answer the fucking phone or some shit, right? Like
exactly.
Yeah.
I've worked for some assholes before, but you know, work is work, really, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you willing to do, and what are you willing to take for how much money they're willing to give you?
Have you got any ink recently? Any new ink?
No. Last ink I got was when I was in Thailand. I got it on the beach by a guy named Beer. And
Beer? His name is Beer?
Beer. It cost me like $60. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, it's a big elephant. That looks fucking awesome.
So it's really, really intricate, but he was on drugs, I think, because if you look at the pattern, I'll tell you later the rest of the story, Brandon. But
yeah. Oh, little fucking little red thing there. Get out of here, Stinky.
He's happy to see us.
He's stupid happy to see us.
Yeah, it wasn't one of those old school Thai tattoos. They, you know, when they do it with the stick.
Okay, that's what I had in my head. That's what I had in my head.
He would have done. So you have to understand, this is a Thai tattoo shop, but a bad Thai tattoo shop. It's in Ao Nang. It was a spur of the moment idea I had. I was probably drunk, like, and they'll
probably
do it. It's called a poke, right? They'll do it that way, but they don't use bamboo. This guy didn't use bamboo. They were sterilized, and the tips are still needles, but it's a bicycle spoke. It's literally a spoke.
Up.
Yeah, and you look around and there's scooters everywhere.
And you're like, that's where this needle came from.
I'm starting to count them. Like,
yeah.
But it was, you know what, for me, tattoos are about the story. I got some bad tattoos with some good stories.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mitch Langton.
Oh fuck,
sorry, Mitch.
Who?
Mitch, you know Tall Mitch?
No.
Yeah, you do. Tall Mitch, you know, anyways, you probably know him. You do know him, but yeah, he used to have a tattoo gun, and we'd go get, you know, Kyle and Brett, H. We'd go get tattoos before we go to the bar in Mitch's basement.
Oh, okay. Speaking
of tattoos, my buddy Chris has a tattoo gun, and it's his 30th birthday coming up, and we're gonna hold him down and tattoo him.
There you go. What are you gonna tattoo to him?
A sailor on his butt, the zigzag man, so he's got semen on his ass.
Oh my fucking god. You're too fucking much. What do you think something that people misunderstand about you the most?
When I was younger in my life, I think people they heard about me before they met me. And I didn't know what version they heard of.
Burlington is a small fucking place, man. It was brutal growing up here, man.
We're all going to Joe Dogs, you know what I mean? So I've been in numerous situations where people have told me stories about me, not knowing that it's me.
Fucking 100%.
You know the guy that we were talking
about
earlier?
Like,
you know the guy that we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
It happened to him and I, and we couldn't control ourselves laughing.
For sure.
But it's, you know, and another thing that I think happens a lot is as you get older, or even in like professional boardrooms and stuff, sometimes people mistake kindness for weakness. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Sometimes the monster's sleeping, not dead.
Right.
But that's what I mean. People don't understand what version. What I'm the same guy every day of the week, and I have always been. But some of the stories I hear about me, I'm not that guy. So it's what version you got.
Yeah, like when I have people come up to me and tell me stories about me that if I was blacked out, I don't remember, or even if it's just a made up story, I'm like, man, whether it's true or not, that's not me right now. Like this.
And sometimes you hear it, and you're like, that doesn't even sound like something I would do.
100%.
I don't remember it, but that sounds like me. And that was
100%. Fucking dude, I'm telling you something right now. The worst, most drunk I've ever got was on. It was on my graduation. It was on my prom, and like my girl at the time just didn't really want to be with me, and like
what year was it?
Oh, like 2012, 2010?
No, because I graduated Bateman in 07. I went to Bateman prom in 06 and 07.
I have a picture right here that tells me when I graduated. (2011).
11.
Yeah. Class of 2011 with your boy.
How old were you? Did you take a victory lap?
Yeah, I took a victory lap.
So yeah, this was my.
It would have been 2010 that I was supposed to graduate at.
Yeah, so I was 19 when I graduated.
Okay.
And I bought the whole graduating class booze.
Fucking right. Yeah, I think I was 18 when I graduated. I was not. I did not have the blessing of that.
No fake ID in Burlington. You can still drink at Clancy's.
Clancy's.
Clancy's isn't open anymore.
Clancy's. Oh, it's open.
Is it? I don't think it's
they
there.
moved.
Oh.
Yeah, they moved. They just move all over the place, man. They just try to survive. That little place.
Gone.
Who the fuck knows, man? Yeah. Yeah, the worst I ever got drunk was on that prom night. And apparently I had passed out at this person's house and I woke up on their couch fucking covered in puke. No, I was naked. I was covered in fucking puke, man. There was all like I had flower petals on me and shit, cause like I guess like that little boutique or whatever, boutique
corsage.
Yeah, what the fuck am I saying? Yeah, like a little corsage.
It's a boutonniere. The corsage he wears.
That's right, the boutonniere. So I was always there. So the boutonniere must have like exploded. So there was fucking
double word score, boys.
What?
It's a double word score, boys.
There you go. Yeah, Scrabble. So yeah, I was woken up by this random sound. I like wake up in the morning. I'm in the basement. Wake up on the couch. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Oh, there's the big guy. I wake up on the couch. I go upstairs. There's 3 people sitting around the couch. They're all eating breakfast. They just look at me and like drop their fucking spoons, man.
They didn't know you were still downstairs.
Yeah, they didn't know I was still there. They're like, "You're still here?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know. Where am I?" And they literally looked at me like, "Get the fuck out of my house!" They're like, "Get the fuck out!" I'm like, "Oh my god!" So I like grab all my stuff, walk out of the house. I'm walking down the street with like my the fuck's it called? The vest. My vest, my sweater vest, and my shit, my shoes.
Rental?
All rental, buddy. All rental. All fucked up, covered in puke.
Deposit gone.
Oh yeah, 100%. I get a phone call the next day after I get home, fall asleep. Said I kicked a fucking hole in a wall and took a piss in that shit because somebody was in the bathroom. They're like, I guess I was waiting for the bathroom and I didn't want to wait any longer, so I turned around, kicked a hole in the wall, made my own bathroom. Like,
if somebody told you that story, you'd be like, that sounds like something I would do. Like if somebody were like,
yeah.
TJ, one time I would be like, fuck.
Yeah, I was pretty fucking rattled, man. Cause I was sick as hell. We were doing flaming homers. I guess you do like the shot of Zambuca, and you light it on fire in your mouth, and you sprinkle cinnamon, and it fucking flames up in the air. Bro, my mouth was fucking burnt, man.
That sounds like a good way to lose your beard and I don't even know. Can you be?
I did not have a beard in high school.
I got a question for you. The other day, I was asking somebody, do you remember Goldschlager? Do you remember what Goldschlager?
Oh yeah, with the little speckles of gold in it and shit. Yeah.
When's the last time you seen a bottle of Goldschlager?
A very long time, actually.
I don't think they have it anymore.
I haven't been in the liquor store in a really long time either, but yeah, Goldschlager. Oh, true. Yeah. You mix Goldschlager and Jägermeister and be like, what the hell is that called?
A hangover.
A hangover or something. Yeah. Something disgusting.
No, yeah. I remember drinking water bottles of a little bit of every bottle you could find in somebody's bar.
Oh god, yeah. Somebody's parents' bar. Yeah.
And top everything up with water. Did you guys ever do that?
I used to do that with the gin.
When you steal liquor from your parents, you take a little bit of everything. So you got a little bit of gin, a little bit of vodka, a little bit of whiskey, you put it all in a water bottle, top the rest of the bottles up with water, and
a little swamp water.
Oh,
a little swamp
and
water.
You're drinking it in a park somewhere.
Freezing cold.
With your buddies.
Freezing cold. It's like 2 degrees. Fucking freezing. Trying to impress the girls.
Yep.
Sherwood Forest.
Yeah, or the one off Longboard behind Eastway Plaza, or
yeah, that's where I used to go.
The soccer field's off Flemish there.
Yeah, and there was a little bit. There was the soccer field here, the path, and then there was a little baseball diamond there too.
You could see the cops coming.
Yeah, and you just book in the trees, walk away. Yeah, but there was a baseball diamond there too, and you could jump over the fences. We used to jump over people's fences, do pool hopping all around that area growing up, all around there. We would have like a map all listed. Okay, we're gonna jump in this one's backyard, and we could run around to the front yard and go across the street to these guys. They got a trampoline that we can jump in from the trampoline to the pool. Like, oh, we loved it. Yeah, I'm gonna light my joint myself. Yeah, we loved it, man. Growing up around there, all the pools. Had the route there, the out Iroquois Park.
Yeah, in Tyndaga. Where's Iroquois?
Iroquois is Longmore and New Street. Yeah, exactly. With the path and shit. That's Iroquois Park. Yeah. Hey, buddy, you stink right now. Did you ever play sports growing up other than baseball?
Yeah, I played football for the Lords.
Oh shit! No way.
Yeah. I played ball since I was young. Like, I played rep ball up until I was 15 or 16.
Okay.
I can't skate, so I couldn't play hockey. But I grew up in foster care, so sports you have to do the cheap one, unless you get sponsored, and like it's different. It's harder to get to the games if you live in a facility.
Facilities, yeah, no, for sure, yeah. What was that like growing up, fucking foster care and shit? Like, were you just in the one house, or was it like a bounce around sort of like the unit?
I started off in group home, group homes, and then they try and find you placement. There's different levels of care when you're in the system, right? So the first one's called like a TCA, and that's just like a break. You know what I mean? 6 months, 10 months, or whatever that you're in care.
Okay.
And then there's what's called society ward. So that you're as a child, you kind of half belong to the state or to Children's Aid, and then half to your parents. So any decision has to be done jointly. Or there's what's called crown ward when you're the ward of the state.
Does that all have to do with age?
No, it's circumstance. So I went in on a TCA. I got into more trouble when I was in there, and I went from TCA to crown ward. And then I was kind of in and out for a while, but yeah, it's a terrible, you know what, because I went through it, I can speak on it. I actually worked for them. The system's broken. It's underfunded. Right. All the workers are jaded.
Yeah.
It's like going to jail. You become a better criminal by going to jail. The people that I was around in there, you know, not many of them are alive still. A lot of them are either doing serious time or they're no longer with us. They weren't good people. Bad circumstance. They were in there for a reason. It is what it is. But, you know, the staff, it's not a well-paying job. The staff performs like that. It's not funded well. It's different. And some people foster families. So what they do in the Reader's Digest version is they kind of ram it down your throat. So you're a foster kid, and everybody at your school, everybody knows you're the foster kid.
Yeah, 100%.
So you end up in like these families, foster families often, and it's like the Brady Bunch. It looks so good from the outside because that's what they try to do. But and I was in a lot of them, the better they looked, the more fucked up they were on the inside.
Really, eh?
Like there was houses I lived in, families I lived with that it turned out to be a marital affair, or they were like super, super weirdos, or the kids were super weird, or there was domestic violence or addiction in the house. It was, and then some places use it as a source of revenue.
I was just thinking about like the money type of situation, right? Like most
I don't know what they would get paid, but like say, for Christmas, depending on your age, there's a budget, right? And so say it's $100. Okay. It's kind of the way your mind works being a kid in the system, but you expect $100 worth of presents.
Right. I guess. Yeah. You're a kid.
If you don't get $100 worth of presents, they're ripping you off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I gotcha. $100 for the presents, yeah.
But when I got out of college, I worked for the Children's Aid as a child and youth worker.
Oh, cool! Wow.
I did it for 6-8 months, and I kind of saw it from the other side. And unfortunately, that's it. The caseload is a lot. There's not enough males in the industry. You're kind of taught to fight the system or hate your worker or whatever. But there are some good workers out there. Like the best one I ever had, I still talk to this day. Now we smoke joints together. She was getting high the whole time. So was I. You know what I mean?
Perfect. Yeah.
I'm just gonna get my charging cord.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So B, what's new and exciting on your end?
The car, man.
You got to get back on the streaming, bud. I missed that.
Yeah, the car. I'm gonna be starting streaming again Friday, but the car has been the most new and exciting thing in my life.
How long were you without wheels? Because I couldn't live. I can't live without wheels.
3 years, man. Like,
you're a car guy too. Like,
yeah, man. I fucking love my cars.
You're not driving a Sprinter. Fuck that shit.
No, man. And that's the thing. Like, I never wanted to get into. People were always saying, like, you know, Brandon, like, are you gonna get into a car? Are you gonna get a van? Everybody said van. When are you gonna get a van? And I was like, I don't want a fucking van. I want to get something that goes fast and that I can be like proud of. You know what I mean?
Well, and if you a vehicle is freedom, really. Like, get in and drive. I'm that type of guy, and I spend enough time in my car that it's got to be nice, because if you're spending the time. But van though, if I were you, I would. If the only van I would do would be like a 79 or 78, but like a Vandura, an old GMC. You know, the teardrop windows.
Okay.
Jag interior.
Old school. Big block. It's just about getting into it. Like, people are talking about like accessibility, like getting into it. So with me, like, I have the video that I posted with me. I just take the wheelchair apart.
It's not a ramp. It's a door.
Yeah. It's just a door. I just get in, transfer in from my chair, and take apart my chair and put it in, right? With the wheelchair vans, like, you can just come up in them on the ramp and fucking go in on your chair and sit like that. I didn't really want to do that. Like, I just feel like that kind of puts like a bigger label on me than it already is.
But what if you just didn't do that? All you did was make the necessary things to drive it like your car.
Right.
It's got a door too, right?
Right.
I would leave.
Why the fuck would I do a van?
Because it can have shag interior.
Okay.
And a big block.
Yeah. See, that's something I would have done in high school for sure. 100%. I would have decked it out in the back for the boys. 100%. It would have just been ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Xbox setup back there.
Original Xbox.
Original, yeah.
You're talking
N64.
Hit my ride. Big ugly body kid. No.
Yeah. I'd be taking it to like to the fucking what the hell? Like the school auto body where they can just do whatever they want. Like, fuck, paint this whatever color you want, you know, like make it look sick. Like, yes. Just go for it. That's what I'd be doing.
You know what? You're a car guy. We'll go to the track this year, babe. I'll take you in the Mustang. We'll go run the track.
I want to go. I want to take my G37. I want to go so badly.
It'll go just fine.
Fucking right, man. Dude, all I have in my car is it's just like a hand control. Like, it's like a boat, dude. It's just like a boat. Like, push to stop, pull to go. I know it's opposite for a boat, but it's just a handle when it comes to.
I don't know. It's probably the jack, but you can't manipulate pedals. That's the issue, or you?
Yeah. Like, I can't. My feet don't move. Like, from my paralysis, it's waist down. So like I can't move my legs. So when it comes to that. The arm reaches up to my hand and I can move it from there. It's
total paralysis, not just like, it's not like you can't control them, like they're not consistent, you can't move them at all.
I can't move them at all. Yeah, I've got no movement at all. It's like a flaccid paralysis. Like a lot of people will have really stiff paralysis where their legs are stiff and their arms are stiff and stuff like that. Mine wasn't like that. Like, I was just like a fucking wet noodle, dude. I was like Gumby. Like, I was just sitting there all like noodled out. Right, like, and like when my hands and everything started to come back, like, is when I was able to get that strength back, and so I'm just started getting mass again. Like, I gotta start getting the gym, everything going back again. But my legs, they don't have that ability to do that, so they atrophy quite a bit. And there's days where like they're much smaller than they are. Like when I say.
Do you get ghost pains? You can't feel them?
Phantom pain. I have it right now. That's why sometimes you see me looking down. Is like I'm messing with my little stimulator. No, that'd be jokes if it was a morphine button. Yeah, just fuck. No, it's a stimulator that they put in my back. I had back surgery, and it's just like you know, like a TENS unit. You know what a TENS unit is at all?
Yep.
It's like a vibrator or whatever. So they put that in my body.
Dr. Chow or whatever on late night TV sells them for
your muscles, and they tense them up and shit. You'll see them on, like, people put them on their arms and try to drink a beer, and it's all fucking, you know what I mean? So it's basically tasers. Yeah. I have that in my back, like actually inserted like surgically into my back, and this is the controller for it, where I can turn it up and down, and like if I ever have that pain, like I can turn it. What?
Bluetooth.
Yeah. So I just turned it up to 15.2 and I can go up higher and higher and higher. And when I'm doing that, bro, I can feel vibration in my legs. You could come up to me and stab me in my leg with a knife, I wouldn't feel it, but I can feel this vibration because it's surgically on my spinal cord. And just like that phantom ghost pain, like that is something that I feel. It's like insult to injury, right? It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah. That'd be a cool party trick though, like hitting your leg with a hammer.
Oh, it's just like fucking. It's just like Happy Gilmore, not Happy Gilmore. Mr. Deeds. Yes, yeah. I would have named off every fucking Adam Sandler movie until I got there. Yeah, just like, oh yeah, this shit's fucking amazing.
I'm sorry, in that respect, I could, like when we were talking earlier, everybody has their hand dealt.
Yeah.
You couldn't. I don't think anybody could take my dumpster fire, but I couldn't do that, man. No way.
Right.
To maintain a positive attitude, stay with the hustle.
It never started that way, bro. You don't wake up like that. And I don't think there's anybody. I have not talked to.
Conscious decision.
Holy fuck, yes, man.
You weren't gonna make an excuse. It's an excuse or a reason.
Right.
You could use it as an excuse to pity, like, you know what I mean? Like, people do that, man. There's
absolutely. Yeah.
Right? Or you can use
everybody has their pity moments. I think that you can learn to like carry that on, or you get yourself out of that fucking mode.
I think they're humbling, those moments. But
right.
I went through, we were talking earlier, I went through the same thing. You could have, used it as an excuse to let yourself fall apart. And you know, they would say it's because of what happened to you when you were younger, and it's because he got sick. That's why he's this, that, or the other. Or you can use it as a reason to do things like this, like rise. You know what I mean? And prove them that they had it wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've talked with tons of people, man, in the hospital, out of the hospital, podcasts, online. Tons of people that are in wheelchairs. No, everybody has a depression stage. There's not a single person that's come out of this been like, I fucking got this. You know what I mean? Nobody. Yeah. No, it's got you. You have to go through this phase, and it's about how you come out of that shit, man. Like, it's tough, right? Like, it's
the same thing. So I believe you gotta turn it up. You gotta get it out of you.
Yeah.
So when I lost my dad, I made a conscious decision. But I had to, it was probably like 4 days a week that I just let it rip. And I had a good circle around me that, helped me reel it in and kept me out of trouble for the most part. But if you don't do that, if you don't let yourself kind of feel that way at least once, then that's always inside you.
For sure, it's going to build up, for sure.
Right? And then one day it's going to come. You know what I mean? So if you don't ever feel bad, one day you're going to feel like the worst you've ever felt. I would rather feel bad once a week than lose 2 weeks to depression every 3 months.
For sure, man. Honestly, when I found out my mom passed, when I found out my mom passed, I made a conscious decision to go the fuck off. Man, I don't know. I fully blacked out for months on end. It was nuts. It was stupid. And it like, I think, like you said, I had to get that out of me and like learn to kind of fucking chill out a little bit, but there was no stopping me. I don't know, man.
What is it that they say that you can't get out of it until you hit rock bottom?
Right. Well, there's only going up once you hit rock bottom, right? And I think, like you said, I think, like you said, with the friends around me, I think that was the only really like secure thing I had around me, right? I never had a dad growing up anyways, so my mom was fucking the only thing I had. So when she was gone, I was like, do I live by myself? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Now what?
Now what? Like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. At the time, I was actually living with my uncle in Warwick.
Shout out to those big buildings that are ridiculously expensive now.
Yeah, they've souped them up all of a sudden. Now they're not $900 bucks.
The balconies.
Is that what they did?
I was in there not long ago, and the elevators are still, the lobbies and the elevators are nice, but the hallways are still Warwick.
Yeah, it's still Warwick. Still's got Warwick traits. Yeah. No, yeah, that place, I mean, it was filled with craziness when I was there, but it helped me get through because it was the only cheap place around.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And I was a kid in high school. The only reason I got that place was because my uncle was there to, like, I guess, co-sign for me, but my uncle was only like 8 years older than me, if that.
Yep.
Right. So it was like he's like an older brother, and we're sitting there doing the craziest shit. He comes in, he tells me, I learned my mom passed away. He just comes in the door. He's like, "It happened, Brandon. Like, your mom passed away." And I was like, "Yeah, I just lost it. All my friends just looked at me and they just got up and left. They're just like, "Yo, I'm sorry." Like,
what do you do?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like you know what? That's kind of something that people that have been through that, like you and I, share that bond. I know a couple people that share that bond.
100%.
And like we talked about earlier, I hope it never happens to anybody. But being a father myself, I hope that my daughter buries me and I don't bury my daughter. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
But you know, sometimes I think about it like that's terrible that you learned it that way. But like for me in my situation, like I grew up in foster care and whatnot, but I still had a relationship with my parents.
Yeah.
When my dad was always very sick and he was much older, but when my dad decided that he had enough, he decided he wasn't going to do dialysis anymore because like, back then, to this 2006, his dialysis was every other day for 10 hours, right? And that was his life.
Yeah.
My mom's life because of that. Now, I didn't live at home at the time or whatever, but there was one day when I was skipping class actually, and somehow somebody got a hold of me, and they told me that I had to go to the hospital and talk to my dad. So I get there and it's hysterics, and you know, my dad straight up says, "I'm not doing it anymore. Fuck this. It sucks." And I remember thinking, you know, how selfish of you, old man. Like, what the fuck?
Right, yeah.
It unfortunately took 4 or 5 days for you know the process to happen. It got progressively worse. The reason I'm saying it is sometimes you look at the bright side. I would have rather somebody walked into the kitchen and told me that it had happened than
have that 4 fucking days of kind of.
At first day and a half, I'm trying to convince them to not do this. Or what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you know
Yeah.
And then you accept it, and then the process happens.
Right.
And because it was a drawn out thing, people change.
Right.
When something like that happens to you, your family changes, the people around you change. People, like vultures circle a dead body.
Fucking right. Yeah.
So I had to deal. That progressed slowly, and I got to see it, and it affected me more because it was. I don't take a Band-Aid off slow.
Right. Just rip it off fast. Just rip that shit off fast. Man, I didn't know. Like, hey, so I guess I can hear what you're saying with like the whole like getting ready for it. And like I should have been ready for it, bro, because my mom was in a hospice at one point. I'm 18 at the time, 17, 18 years old. I don't know what the fuck a hospice is. I went there and visited her a whole bunch of times. I just figured it was a decked out fucking nurse. I figured my family paid a little extra or something for my mom to be comfortable.
But you're a very smart man, and it's because you didn't want to think about it.
I probably, and that was what I was sort of leading on to. And there was a piece of me that I think in the back of my mind was like, you know what the fuck is happening. So when he came in and told me, it took a second, was like, yeah, fuck. And then I was like, wait a minute.
Now what?
And that's what made me go crazy. Not the fact of like that she was gone, because I knew it was going to happen. It was, what the fuck am I going to do now? Right?
That's like, what I'm getting at is because I didn't have a typical relationship with my parents. When my dad was gone, he wasn't like, that wasn't a big change.
Right.
But it was the now what, because who's going to look after my mom now? And my dad had a conversation with me kind of when it happened, and he said something along the lines that I was ready and it's my problem now. But
you're the man of the house.
I was like, fuck, at the time I was all about me. I was running with the wrong crowd, doing the wrong things. Like,
Do you have siblings?
I have a bunch of half siblings.
Okay. Yeah, I'm an only child. Like, I don't have any siblings either.
For me though, like I said earlier, is family for me is loyalty, not blood. I got family I wouldn't slow my car down for, and I got dudes that I would bury a body with.
100%, man. There's yeah.
And when you lose somebody, you see that pretty quickly. Like family.
Yeah.
Money makes people do crazy things.
KO, money exploded my fucking family from the inside, dude. Exploded it.
And pride. I knew this person and what they wanted. No, I knew this person and what they wanted.
Yeah. Blew it up, dude. You know what you just said? I knew this person and what they wanted. I did this for them. Yada. Kind of thing. It's like, I don't know, man. What are you supposed to do about it? In my situation, I just sat there like I had nothing to do with it, really. So I just sat there and watched. Now I'm in the middle, and I could go to fucking a bunch of different Christmases now if I wanted to, like a fucking divorce. You know what I mean? It's like
I still get those invites, and I don't go. I have Christmas on my place now, and I invite people over for
that. I'd like to do that eventually myself.
But I know exactly what you're saying. So you and I said it earlier. So when something like that happens, people come up to you and they say they're sorry.
Right.
What are you sorry for?
Right.
You're not sorry. You know, it's you're empathetic with what happened to me, and you know, feel empathy for my emotions, but you're not really sorry for anything. You heard that in a movie or saw somebody do that earlier, and that's why you're saying you're sorry, because you feel like that's what you have to do or should do.
Right, right.
On Facebook with social media nowadays, somebody passes away, and every one of their 5,000 Facebook friends says something. But you couldn't. I don't know all of my Facebook friends. Yo. They're all going to say something if something happens.
Okay, yo, so there was this is crazy. So a friend of mine, I guess it was my very first podcast without realizing I had a video on my YouTube. It was called Questions with Cripples. Do you remember that at all? I did a video with him. He was in a wheelchair, glasses. He had like Gucci on and shit. He was he's a very nice kid. Okay, very nice kid. He recently died less than a week ago, and I have no idea how or why or what, but I took the video down, right? Yeah. Out of like respect for him. I don't know, like I didn't like go to his page and like was like post the video or like pictures of me and him and all this shit, like I miss you and all this shit. Yo, I just let that settle. I fucking like I missed that kid, and whatever happened, and like whether it was
it sucks, but everybody dies.
Whether it was a personal choice or nature or whatever the fuck it would be, or some douchebag in a car, like it happened, and I can't do fucking anything about it. So like making my own life miserable. I'm going through some shit already as it is. Right?
Exactly.
Like,
no, and if that guy was any type of stand-up dude, like
biggest stand-up dude, quote unquote,
then he wouldn't want you to even, you know, you got better things to do with those 10 minutes than post a video, especially if he, you know what I mean?
He was a joker, man.
I had a Facebook memory come up the other day, and it said, it was a post that I made years and years ago. I would never post something like that now, but it holds true. And because we're going over this now, if something ever happens to me, I want a kegger. Okay, throw a keg.
Right.
First guy to pass out has to take care of my mom. The last guy standing gets the dog.
That's so funny.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you don't have my address, you don't get my address to come to the keg.
Then you're not coming to the kegger. Then I didn't know you well enough.
If I want you there, you already got the address.
Right. That's a fucking good, yeah. Other than all these people just showing up to the funeral home whenever the fuck, right? If you don't have my address, then you shouldn't be at the kegger.
Get out of work for it. That's the sad thing. People use it to get out of work.
Right. Yeah.
My third uncle passed. I get 3 days bereavement.
Right. Yeah, no bueno, buddy. No bueno. That's so funny. You play video games all grown up? Or at all still?
Well, I play a game when I can now.
A little Call of Duty action?
Yeah. I'm not very good though. You know what? I used to be much better. Shout out to a guy that went to high school, Chris Hockey Stick, we'll call him. But this guy was really good at video games and probably could have ended up getting paid. He was always just lucky though. This guy would walk into a room in Call of Duty, everybody's looking the other way.
He's always just lucky though. Yeah. I say that shit all the time. How the fuck do I get in that room and nobody's looking at me?
Yeah.
Like,
why didn't I see him? I shot first.
Yeah.
And with the mics nowadays now, because I kind of have stronger morals or hold myself more accountable, I don't go off on the mic like I used to. Like if somebody ever talked to me the way I used to talk to people on Xbox Live,
holy fuck, yeah.
You know, like,
they're doing their best to like chill out the.
And it's kids, two young kids that are smoking me.
It's always kids, dude. It's always fucking kids.
I was the guy with the lucky grenade, the first in Modern Warfare. No, you'd start and throw the throwing knife, and it would bounce twice.
Yeah.
And I'm out.
Yeah.
First blood.
If you had $1 million inheritance, what would you do with it?
If I had $1 million in inheritance, I would buy Bitcoin.
Bitcoin? Are you actually serious?
I would, yeah.
That would be. I fucking swear to God, $1 million right now in your bank account, you're buying Bitcoin. First thing.
You know what? First of all, $1 million nowadays isn't.
It's not a lot, but it's enough.
It's enough money. You know what? Honestly, I always said when I was younger, I said if I won a bunch of money, I would disappear first. You know what I mean? Because people change. But I would try and buy something to guarantee money. So $1 million wouldn't be enough, but if you won 10 million, I'd buy a Tim Hortons. That way I could blow the rest of the money however I so choose if that's what happened.
So you couldn't get a franchise with $1 million? You couldn't buy into like a franchise of Timmy's or something like that?
Oh, I don't know, but I know you could get a Tim Hortons for $1 million. I'm pretty sure that's a license to print money.
Fair.
Probably a Subway.
I would fucking I would totally own a Subway, bro.
Sandwich artist.
Sandwich artist.
I would buy Napoli pizza. Shout out Napoli pizza at Lakeside.
Napoli. The Napoli's pizzas.
Are you Napoli or Lugano's guy?
Dude, it's the biggest argument for anybody that's in Burlington, and Napoli's is the best pizza.
There's two types of people in Burlington: Napoli's
and a Lugano's. Yeah, 100%. And then I used to live right there on Lakeshore there.
It's the best. It's the same.
No, it's not. It's the best. It's the best. Lugano's.
Do you ever remember Burlington Pizza near Bateman or Elgin? There, it was at that plaza off of, you know, the street over where, if you know the forest behind Elgin.
Yeah.
Walk through the trees there, past Tuck.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're talking about.
There's a little plaza there.
Yeah.
There was Burlington Pizza in there. That's who used to get pizza days for us when we were in grade school. And that guy would put the garlic butter on the crust.
The best. The best. I think that whole plaza is closed down.
Yeah, I don't think it's there. I live in Brantford now. Brantford's got some good pizza from those small independent pizza places.
Right. That's good. At least their independent companies are still sticking around here.
They were hawking pizza through COVID, dude.
That's it.
They didn't care.
Well, fucking right, man. You can get pizza delivered all day long. I want pizza now. We've only said pizza 17 times in the last minute.
We've got the Domino's here.
There you go. That's hilarious. If you could turn back time, what would you tell your 18-year-old self?
Shut up.
Shut up. Just shut the fuck up and sit down.
Be more. 18 was a weird year for me. And 18 is when I lost my pops. If you ask me early 18, I would tell myself to shut up. Late 18 to nut up, man up.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So that's just like a lesson for young TJ in general, just to shut the fuck up, kind of thing. Not even just 18-year-old.
You know what?
TJ.
You know what? I'm based on morals. I operate on morals. I don't make good decisions all the time, but I apply my morals to them, and I can probably validate them if I had to, whether it's bullshit or not. 18-year-old TJ didn't have the same morals, but didn't hold himself accountable to them. You know what I mean? I didn't think I was younger because I thought that I had to, because I thought that it was what I was supposed to do, what I was expected to do. Some of those things were very bad, and I didn't have to do them. That being said, if right now I'm having a good time, I'm talking to my buddy, I'm having some drinks, you know what I mean? It's a good time. If I could change anything in my past, including the passing of my dad, then logically I wouldn't be in this moment right now, in my own home, with my Mustang in the driveway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I changed something in my past, I might not be right here right now.
Right.
I might have got hit by a bus. I might have won the lottery. Whatever it would be. So I wouldn't change anything at the risk of not being
here in this moment. That's wild. What a fucking answer to me. Yeah, that makes total sense. Why does that make sense?
You could say the same thing to you.
That's your tip. My next question for you was, what's your tip to make the world a better place? And the tip is just to shut up. Yeah. Everyone just needs to shut up.
Actually, I would take all of the warning labels off of everything and let Darwin figure it out. Like this.
Okay.
It's getting ridiculous out there. Caution, beer gets you drunk. I know.
All these Tide Pod eating motherfuckers, just take them out, let them do their own thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just let them do their own thing. Just let nature take its course.
Why did they start eating Tide Pods? Did they see it on TV?
It's got to be some sort of like TikTok thing.
Because buy Bitcoin and shut up, everybody. You got it here first.
There's your fucking
the next thing going viral. Tide Pods, they're expensive.
They are expensive. I use like 2 of those per load.
Use liquid laundry soap. It's cheaper.
It is a lot cheaper. I like those Tide Pods. Are nice though. What is the best compliment that you've ever received, do you think?
I get beard compliments.
Beard compliments? There's
a guild of bearded men out there, ladies and gentlemen, and if you got a solid beard, people will give you like the...
You know what?
I give beard compliments too. You see a good one, a wizard?
Yeah.
You see, and then it goes the other way too. If you got a nasty neck beard,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah. Yo,
Commit.
I fucking envy people with like a proper beard so bad. I had this big old like separation here that's just been slowly like filling in, man.
You should take a poll, put a poll at the bottom of this, B, and it should be, because you know what that is good for? A Fu Manchu.
Fuck off! Fu Manchu it?
Yeah, don't just leave the middle alone. Fu Manchu, chop it up. Put a poll at the bottom of this. Anybody that wants Professor Parks to have a Fu Manchu.
Fu Manchu.
Did you guys catch that fart on live?
I heard that. Was that a shirt or what?
I think Chris shit himself.
Was that you? I thought it was you. Oh my god.
No, it wasn't me. If it was me, then it would have fogged the lens.
Fu Manchu or the Wolverines are the only thing I can get.
You're gonna start with the Fu Manchu,
Yeah.
or at least rock it in November.
If you could have dinner with 3 people dead or alive, who would it be?
Dinner with 3 people dead or alive. That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, Bob Marley, and Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers. Okay, that's a good list. That's a good list. I said
We're smoking.
Yeah.
We're drinking, and we're eating some good chicken.
That's it. That's it. I said Will Smith, Joe Rogan, and the Machine Gun Kelly, just because those are like.
I feel like Machine Gun Kelly and Joe Rogan would get in a fight.
Probably it'd be dope.
I think Joe Rogan would pummel Machine Gun Kelly.
Fucking whoop his ass. He would whoop his ass.
Right?
But it would be great
Joe Rogan,
content.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Fuck you right. Oh,
Let me
Joe Rogan would break his leg with one kick, dude.
Okay, 3. That's a great question. 3 people dead or alive that you would have dinner with.
Have a question.
Think about it. Chris, Pete, dead or alive. Think about it.
It's a good question. Yeah. Here's an either better one. Would you rather fight 1 horse-sized duck or 50 duck-sized horses?
Have you ever seen the inside of a duck's mouth? Like a goose's mouth?
No.
Everybody Google it right now. Google it.
Yeah, I'll Google that right now.
I would take a bunch of duck-sized horses. I feel like you could kick them away and maintain a safe distance to pick them off one at a time.
This is why I need a Jamie. This is why I need a Jamie right here. Duck.
Duck-sized. Here, I'll do it.
I already got it. I'm faster than you.
Creepy teeth on the inside of their mouth.
Duck mouth.
Yeah, don't kick the first leg.
What the fuck?
So, what do you think?
That's not real.
That's a horse-sized duck hissing at you.
This is what he's. Are these geese? Are you talking about ducks or geese? We're talking about ducks. Because I think I'm gonna share the screen right now.
That's a good question too. Definitely not a horse-sized goose. I got a problem with regular-sized geese.
Right.
I don't know about ducks. I'm assuming ducks have a goose mouth.
Is this what you're talking about right here? I gotta move this screen
Did you fight that guy?
Look at this
The
thing.
size of a horse?
It's time you learn the truth about geese.
Is that the first thing that came up?
That's the fucking that's the title of whatever this article.
Is it a Reddit on duck mouth?
The Verge. I don't know what that is.
See, I rest my case. Do you see where I'm coming from?
Oh man, this is what this man's talking about. Yeah, these gotta be fake. Oh, that's not real. What the fuck?
It's on the internet. It has to be real.
yeah. It's on the internet. It has to be real. That's fucking hilarious. That was mental.
So
but yeah, I'd probably say the 50 duck-side horses.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because the horses don't have nothing to peck me with. Like a duck could pick me up.
You could keep them at a safe distance and isolate one duck-sized horse.
50 though. There's 50, and these things are coming fast as shit.
Yeah, can they
in
fly?
A stampede.
Can they fly?
No, nothing. Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, and like even a duck's foot too. It's got those claws. Like they have little claws at the end, like little nails.
And they're never alone.
Yeah, but we're talking about one. We're talking about one. This is like it's the stray. It's the ugly duckling. It's the ugly duckling.
That's a goose.
That's it. He was a goose. It was a fucking goose. The ugly duckling was a fucking goose.
I would definitely go for Chris. Write that down.
Write that down. Oh my fucking god.
What would you agree then?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. 50 duck-sized horses, 100%. And yes, the ugly duckling
What if you
was a
could take the
goose.
horse-sized duck on horseback?
What do you mean? Oh, like, yeah, like ride it?
You're on a horse, jousting a horse-sized duck.
I still wouldn't take it. It'd fuck me up.
I think if you have the mobility.
No. I'm fucked.
What's the dog's name?
Rocco.
Rocco,
he's 12. He's almost 13. He's 13 in April. I know, he looked at me like, whoa. Don't say that too loud.
I told you how I got my guy, man. Someone left him at my house.
It's collateral, and he never fucking came back.
That was 15 years ago.
It was amazing. It was best collateral ever. I got Rocco for freaking $100.
Yep, and you know what? It's more like your roommate than a dog, right?
100%.
My dog doesn't do any dog stuff. He hates walks. He can't bark.
He can't bark?
No, he's a pug. He just screams. Ah, like a goat. Those yelling goats.
That's so ridiculous. So growing up, your house was the party house, eh? It's a fucking wild house.
Not so much growing up. It was after my dad. So I had my own spot when I was 17. Did you ever come to one of my parties? You've heard about them.
I heard about them. Go.
So yeah, I had my own place when I was 17. After my dad passed when I was 18, I took over their place, and that was it was a subsidized complex, Fengate, 2039 on Walker's in Upper Middle.
Yeah,
it was a pretty bad place. But yeah, I took over their place, and that's where the party house was. I was at a wedding once, and it's funny, I was sitting at this table with one of my friend Rochelle's. It was her father, and I didn't know it. And he was like, "Oh, how do you know the bride?" And I was like, "Oh, we went to school together." And he goes, "No, you didn't. My daughter went to school with her." And I was like, "Oh, well, you know, I know her through this and that." And he goes, "Nope, that's not true either." He goes, "You're the guy with the place, the one that buys the booze." And I was like, "Oh."
That's so funny. So he didn't even know, like
he knew exactly.
Oh, he knew.
Yeah. He let me give him a bunch of bullshit.
Oh, so I thought he was actually asking like if you went to school with her and shit.
No, no. He just knew that I was a couple of years older than him.
Mm-hmm.
But no, yeah, there was some good parties there, man.
Yeah.
We had a couple pretty good New Year's, and you know what? It always got absolutely out of hand.
Always.
But everybody had a lot of respect, and like it wasn't a nice place, but there was never any real problems. It was ghetto as F, and you know the door was always open. I had made people crash there, but it was always a safe place for people. You know what I mean? I always say if I'm eating, my friends are eating. My house is always open for people that want to come, need somewhere to go.
Right.
There was people that did that for me when I was young.
Yeah, which is important.
Yeah. It's a cold world out there. It's a terrible place, and it sucks to be out there alone. So if you know what I mean, you find good people.
Yeah, fucking right. Stick with them. I mean, yeah, stick with them.
Like the gentleman we were talking about earlier, I love that guy to death, man.
Yeah,
he's a crazy son of a gun.
Yeah,
but I would do anything for him because I truly believe he would do anything for me.
For sure. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a great guy. One more question.
Full unit.
Oh, total unit. I've actually two more questions, actually.
Yeah.
One is pineapple on pizza. Do you agree?
Absolutely not.
Okay, it's because it's a fruit, right?
Listen, fruit doesn't belong on pizza.
Right, it's disgusting.
And it shouldn't be warm.
Yeah, like warm fruit. Not a big fan.
I love pineapple. I would listen. Here's a little ghetto recipe for everybody. Take your mixed fruit, the canned fruit, peaches, pineapple, whatever you want. Put it in the fridge. When you're done smoking, eat it. Thank me later. Put the whole can in the fridge.
Oh, the can. I thought you were talking about those little cups.
No,
I could put those cups in the fridge.
The can stuff?
Yeah, the big fucking can of the mixed fruit, the
cocktail.
The fruit cocktail.
Yeah, put it in the fridge, have your smoke, and then eat it. Get it in the light syrup, not the water.
This is the very last question is the most absurd question ever, and this is something that my buddy's uncle asked us around the campfire, and I ask everybody because it's so stupid. Do you wipe your ass front to back or back to front? This will blow your fucking mind. The people that would answer this question and the differences. It will blow your fucking mind. Trust me.
My daughter is coming up on 2 years old. I had her when I was 30, say, okay? I honestly believe every time I wipe my ass before that moment, it was back to front.
Yeah.
And I always I probably wipe 2-3 times for a clean butt.
Yeah.
And I turn around to check.
Right.
Since having a daughter, it's instrumental that you do not wipe front to back.
100%. 100%.
Or sorry, back to front. You can't wipe back to front. Anyways, whatever you got to do for girls, I probably do without thinking on my ass sometimes.
Now, yeah.
And it's not the best for a man.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And truth be told, having a kid is great because I use baby wipes from now on, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's a game changer.
The toilet paper was a shortage, didn't affect me at all.
Game changer. This guy's got Lysol wipes. Fucking.
No. How do you wipe?
Just like lean to the side. And then
front to back?
Front to back, yeah.
Side to side?
No, front to back. Lean to the side, front to back.
You just drip dry?
Oh no, that's disgusting. I want a fucking bidet. I want to try a bidet out.
Listen, but you can't wipe after a bidet. You have to use a towel.
Why can't I wipe?
Toilet paper, you get toilet paper clumps all up in your ass.
In my ass.
Toilet paper doesn't function if it's wet, dude. You can't wipe with wet toilet paper. These are facts. You can use Kleenex.
Yeah, well, there you go. I use fucking Kleenex, and I'll have a garbage can right beside me.
If I'm renting, I'm still flushing it. If I own the place, I'll use the can.
Shut the fuck up. I love it. All right, well, that's the end of this segment of Parked and Rekt. Take care, brother. It was great having you.
Bye.
Bye.